Mani National Congress Party ANC is now demanding that Speaker of the National Assembly Justin Muturi issues writs to the IEBC and declares the party's nomination slot currently being held by Godfrey Osotsi vacant. The party's Secretary General Barak Muluka argues that despite the Registrar of Political Parties notifying the Speaker of the National Assembly of their move to strike off Osotsi from the party list, Speaker Muturi has been reluctant to declare the seat vacant. Osotsi is among numerous party members who have outwitted their officials to remain in office despite being expelled. In our weekly segment, House of Cards, our senior political reporter Chris Tairu looks at the numerous avenues used and how indiscipline continues to haunt political parties in Kenya.
Since the onset of multi-party democracy in Kenya in the early 1990s, indiscipline by members of political parties has been reported as rampant and continues to be entrenched as a culture across the political divide. Despite various laws like the Political Parties Act and institutions like the Political Parties Disputes Tribunal being set up in efforts to tame rogue party members, the issue persists. More often than not, the so-called rebel members usually emerge winners. The latest expulsion from a political party is the ouster of ANC-nominated MP Godfrey Osotsi. The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties already struck his name off the ANC party list, but the party's Secretary General Barak Muluka says the Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, is aiding an illegality.
And it is up to the Speaker of the National Assembly to decide whether he will have honorable members in the House or whether he will admit strangers to the House and allow them to participate in the business of the House. It is up to him. This country suffers and dithers because we do not allow institutions to function.
Sheria ya chama cha ODM mwenye kutunga sio Sifuna. Mheshimiwa SG, kwa heshima zote, mahali ulipofikia hautaweza kuendelea. Kwa heshima zote. Kwa heshima zote mahali.
The Orange Democratic Movement Party has also found itself in a similar situation, even after the Orange Party's top brass resolved to expel Malindi MP Aisha Jumwa from the party, which would have seen her lose her seat. The Political Parties Disputes Tribunal came to her rescue. The tribunal nullified her expulsion on grounds that the party's disciplinary committee was not well constituted.
Mimi kama katibu wenu nimepewa kazi na sifanyi kazi hiyo kwa kumchukia yoyote ama kwa kumuonea yoyote. Sheria ya vyama ilitungwa ikasema usiwe mkeka mwenye kulaliwa na kila mtu.
And so if you allow the political party to be the headquarters of indiscipline, then you cannot expect that you are going to have a disciplined parliament. That is why you are going to have members of parliament pouring water on the speaker, as we have seen in this country. You are going to have members of parliament fighting and tearing clothes, and you find members of the county assembly throwing chairs left, right and center.
So why are Kenyan political parties dogged by so much indiscipline?
If you look at the Kenyan political parties that we have, there's none that lives on principles. So people don't join political parties because they stand for anything. They join because of interests. And the interests start from winning an election. It is as narrow as that.
Pundits and stakeholders in party politics say that Political Parties Disputes Tribunal has not lived to the expectations and that more often than not, the big man syndrome controls them.
This is an institution that was created out of a political goodwill. And politics is about interests. So it's very difficult to maneuver. This is not a strictly judicial process. Whereas it's structured as a quasi-judicial, but it's not purely a judicial process where all the principles of judicial system can be applied, fairly. Even in ordinary court, sometimes it's very difficult to independently deal with, facts and the law.
That in the case of ANC, we have gotten it right, and anyone who has been invited to order will come to order. It doesn't matter. You can go around the villages trying to whip up emotions in the villagers. It will not take you anywhere. Those villagers are not members of this party.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, those branded as rebel members of parties argue that they are being targeted maliciously and unfairly. Is it a case of learning the rules and using them to their advantage, or are they simply indisciplined?
We need the hygiene in politics, which starts from the political parties reorganizing themselves, standing for something, which does not exist. If you look at the political parties, there is no single political party that you can pick out and say that they have a system that is clean, a system that is, you can associate with. They stand for particular principles.
And as President Moi used to tell us, siasa ni maisha, siasa mbaya, maisha mabaya, siasa nzuri, maisha mazuri. And it starts in the political party, but it doesn't end there.
The Amani National Congress now says it is ready to set a precedent and become the first political party to successfully expel a member. Chris Dairo, KTN News.